Welcome back. Did you know the cloud goes into the square hole?
Good morning, everyone. It's today. Welcome to Paul. Welcome. Hello. Why am I lagging? Is it because I switched screens? Yeah, that's why. Hello. Good morning. Thank you for so welcome back. Sorry, there was a bug on my wall and I got scared, but it was fine. It was just a little not harmless bug, but it scared me for just a moment. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Also, I was wondering to have a new hat. Oops, hello. What hat do you have? Oh, it's scary. Ghostface. Skewy. Frightful. Also, can you guys hear the music? It seems really quiet for y'all. Hold on, it's like just starting out. Here, let me just skip to the middle. It still seems quiet for oopsies. Let's put it in the middle. And then I'll turn it up for y'all to like -17. Because when I talk, it goes down. That's how that works. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, we're gonna do some art fight. But first, hold on. We gotta do a Sublizzard. I don't know why Sai like never wants to capture correctly. It's fine. It's just confusing. There we go. You're a leggy beeb. You're a beeb that's a leggy. What you want, baby? What you want? Oh my god. Crack my back. No? No cracking? Okay. Oh, I guess I should, just because it looks weird. Oops. G for glossy, even though there's only one shade of red. So, or there's only one kind of finish on the red beads. But still, it looks Nike. It looks like a Nike lizard. Here we go. What's this? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Everything's fine. Okay. I think Paul is not available right this second. So, if you're having trouble cracking your back, you should call Bane. I hear he's good at that. Shut up! Hi, Leon. Yeah, he's super good at it, you could say. Hello. Hello. Oh, let me get into drawing mode. Where is it? Oh. What am I looking for? This, and then my tablet. Yeah. Wow. Hi, Leon. Walks in with ice cream for everyone. Hi, you people going in. Oh, I love ice cream. Delicious. Delicious. What is this? Oh, this was my first sketch. Excuse me. Sorry. Immediate burp. Where's the... Do I not have Stream Bingo open? It's on. I was distracted by something that definitely wasn't Horse Girls. Did you ask me something? What beads you want? On your lizard. On the lizard. You're a leggy bead. You're a leggy beeb. Give you burp. Burp. That pink. Pink. Oopsies. Oh, and then I can write the M with my pen. M. Wow, it's like an M&M. Perfect. Perfect. Why are we lagging? Don't lagging. Okay. But yeah, we're working on more art fight stuff. We're working on attack for this person. Their name is Claudia. They're a cute cloud character. Let me make sure they're still on art fight, because sometimes people take their stuff down. And then it's like, oh. Let me make sure, because that happened recently where I was like about to go start an attack for someone else and they had taken their character down. Which, like, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of rude doing it in the middle of art fight, because it's like, what if I was literally working on something? My sub didn't go through? Your sub didn't go through? Oh no! I don't see it on my end to make it. Here, we'll do... Where's my thing? Because I can see you have the badge. Eden, thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy your adventure. Everything your emotes. Let me get that lizard back open. Oops. Lizard. You're a leggy. You're right here. You're right there. Right there. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone because it's the whole thing. Beep, 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 beep. Where are you, Claudia? Where are you, girl? Sorry for big yawn. My sleep's been all messed up lately. You could do exclamation point bead if you don't have to pick it out yourself. Claudia, where are you? Oh god. Oh god. Pastel blue is giving me vibes today. Hell yeah. We love a pastel blue. Oops, wait. P. for pastel. Do I still have the spreadsheet open? I do! Yeah, baby. Ida. Art fight, please load. I need to know if this character's still on art fight. Oh god, wait. Hold on, I don't see them. Oh no, they're right there. Okay. Woo. Woo. We're good. Don't worry, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, let me give you a yawn. Because I'm Eepers. I'm Bo Deepers. There we go. But yes, it's a cute little clown. Clown. Cloud! It's a clown! But yeah, I thought they were so cute. We're gonna draw this. I gotta clean up this sketch a little bit more. Although I was like, oh, I don't know how long this is gonna take. I'll clean up the sketch on stream, but then now I'm remembering that I have to do the weather thingy in the background, and I'm like, oh, that's probably gonna take a minute because it's gonna be like very. I might just do the weather, my forecast for the week. You know what? No, I'll look up a random one just because. I don't know. Ours is probably not that interesting. Let's see. I wonder what part of the world the owner is from. If I should do Celsius or Fahrenheit. There should be new weather every day. That would be funny. Like Godzilla Thursday. Cuckoo, yeah! And have y'all ever seen that? The weather. And the weather person's doing the weather. And they're like, Godzilla Thursday. It's like there's gonna be a volcano. They have different eye shape than... Excuse me, they have like swirly irises. Alright, I don't like the way I drew the cloud. Like, something... Alright, let's just start. Let's just start. One day should be chocolate rain. If you know, you know. Hell yeah! Chocolate rain. Gosh. Blessed Sunday. For that beautiful piece of work. Actually, the cloud might be fine. The cloud shape might be fine. Maybe. Oh my god, I read this scary book recently and I'm like kind of obsessed with it. Because I've been Goodreads, which is like Book Yelp, it does these, I think I talked about this before. It does these where is it? Right here. Challenges like monthly where they'll be like, oh, read a book that is from this list. Read a book. Scary book is a Dracula. No, there's no Draculas coming out for like a while because it's there's no Draculas because I was like, oh, I like didn't read the two most recent ones, and then I was like, oh, I should read those. I forgot about them. Because sometimes I get the emails like at like an inopportune time to read. And then I was like, oh, let me read them. And then I did it and it's like, all right, folks, not going to be any more Draculas for like a minute. And I'm like, no, I should have saved them. I should have saved them so I could have savored them. So I don't have any Draculas and I'm so sad. Because it's like gotten really good finally. And I'm like, I want to know. Why does everyone care? I want to know about the cowboy and stuff. Did you know there's a cowboy in Dracula? And apparently he's like really important to the story. They're like, he's a load-bearing cowboy. And I'm like, so far that hasn't been the case for me. I want to know about Mr. Cowboy Man. The cowboy, yeah. I'm terribly, terribly curious. Excuse me, I'm sorry for burping. But yeah, I'm so intrigued. But no, I read this book called We Used to Live Here. And oh boy, it was a spooky, scary. I honestly recommend. Especially because like I didn't know going in like what it was. I don't even want to like tell you guys about it. What is a man? A miserable pile of yaws. As the tumbleweed goes by, tumbleweed and otaku rolled into a little ball. But yeah, it was really good because like so I don't want to spoil it because like obviously I don't want to spoil it. And also it's getting turned into, or it's Netflix has bought the rights to turn it into a movie, so in theory it might become a movie, in which case, you know, you would want to see that unspoiled. But it's about this couple, this lesbian couple who they flip houses and they buy a house and one day this family shows up at the door and the dad is like, "Oh, I grew up on this in this house. I want to show it to my family. Do you mind if we come in for a little bit?" And things quickly escalate from there, and it is very, very intense. What is the name of the book? We Used to Live Here. I think it was released last year. Here, I can't remember the name of the author off the top of my head, but We Used to Live Here. So it was on one of those Goodreads, I think it was like for July page turners or something. I don't know, something like that. Right. So like I'm sitting there reading it and, you know, I know that it's a horror novel because that's what it's tagged as in both my library app and on the thing. And so I'm reading it and it's like, oh, this family would like to enter your home. And I'm just like, no, it's scary. And it's like part of the fact that like I obviously know that it's a horror book makes it scarier because the characters don't know and don't know, you know, what spooky scaries might be coming up, but I know that something's gonna happen. There's a reason why this is labeled the way it is. So I'm just like, no, I don't like it. And like, oh my gosh, it was so like intense, and then it took a turn that I was not expecting at all. Because I was like, oh, I have this figured out now. I know exactly what's gonna happen. And then it did not happen the way at all I thought it was going to. And I was just like, oh. And I'm like kind of obsessed. And it started as an Our No Sleep story, which is cool because that's the second well, okay, so there's another Our No Sleep story that I read that it also got turned into a book. I haven't read the book because it's not on my library app, but I read the Our No Sleep story. Is it spoopy? It's very spoopy. It's like, okay, here's the thing. Like, I get scared at horror movies. I like horror movies, but I get scared because I'm like, oh no, he's just scary. He's gonna get me. And so it's like, oh, I'll just read a book. It's fine because I can't see the scary. So it won't scare me as much. Turns out, no, it's the same. It's actually the same level of scary. Because you just picture it, actually. It's still scary. But yeah, and like, oh my gosh, there's like so much cool stuff in it. Like, I want to tell you about it, but I don't want to spoil it because like it's really like going in as blind as you can. Essentially, I think is probably the best way. Other than like I said, the synopsis that I gave, which is essentially the synopsis of that you get, you know, from any place that you would see it. But yeah, it did me a frighten. So if you like read a scary book, if you want a recommendation for a scary book, I highly recommend. I think that because when I was reading, I was like, oh, this would make like a great horror movie. Like it reads very much like a good horror movie. And I was like, oh, this would translate super well into a movie. So hopefully, if and when the Netflix movie does come out, I will be seeing it, and hopefully they do a good job, because as long as they don't like screw it up majorly, I think it could translate super well and they could do a really good job with it, because I won't be able to see the scary. I won't be scary when I'm imagining a serious imagination. Yeah, exactly. My ADHD won't let me read anymore, so I do audiobooks. Valid. I've heard the audiobook. Oh, but you're gonna. It's no, it's okay. It'll be fine. You might have to Google some stuff after because there's some stuff that's like a visual element. But I think you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It'll you if you choose to read it or have an audiobook, read it, or I still count that as reading. I think you'll still get everything out of it. But yeah, there's some secrets and it made me you ever read a thing and you're like, this makes me feel smart. It made me feel very smart. But yeah, it's so good. And I was like, I don't know, because I just recently read a different horror novel, and I had kind of mixed feelings on it. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't like my favorite thing in the world. This is not what the sun looks like. But I was like, that's okay, not everything needs to be exactly how I pictured it. And then it was like, oh, see, okay, so here's the thing. I've been reading through the Animorphs books, and there's like 60 of them. And so in between reading Animorphs books, I will be like, okay, I'll read an Animorphs books, and that takes like barely a day because they're only like 170 pages. Sometimes they take longer if I don't have like a lot of time to read, but for the most part, they're like super duper short. And so then I'm like, okay, in between Animorph books, I'll read something else, and I'll do my little treat, my little Animorphs treat, and then I'll read something slightly out of my comfort zone. And so I've been doing that, but the problem is that I get all my books from the library, and so sometimes these books on these Goodreads little challenge lists, they're all like new releases, which is good because you got to get these new authors' names out there. But as a result, they're highly sought after. So a lot of times it's like if a book, if I'll put a hold in it, it'll be like, oh, 3 months, 10 weeks or something, and I'll be like, fucking Jesus. And so as soon as like the hold comes up, I'll be like, okay, let me read this as fast as I can, not like rushing, but like quickly read this and also try to get it back into the system so that way the next person can have it, because I don't want to hold on it forever. And so it came up and I was like, oh, okay, fine, I'll read it. And oh my god, it was so good. I read it in like 3 days. Animorphs, yeah. I think another book. If a book attempted to jump scare, I think there's a horror pop-up book out there. Didn't that happen in the Babadook? Didn't that happen in the Babadook? I don't remember. I never watched the Babadook because I was just kidding. I was just me reading all these horror novels. Because I'm too scared to watch horror movies and getting scared by the horror novels anyway. I'm just a big chicken. Yeah, you could do that. Well, because like, I think you could. You're reading your book, and then they're like, oh, what's gonna happen next? And like on the next page, it could just be like a full page of like, and then the spooky demon said to me, and then on the next page, your mom is gay, and you'd be like, whoa, that's scary, or something like that. Something exactly like that, though. That would be the only way to do it. Would be to be like, your mom is gay. I think I like the Steppy Son. But yeah, so I was reading that, and then I had another book. I haven't gotten to read Animorph in like three books, and I'm kind of like, come on, my Animorphs. Your mama's gay is the only possible jump scare. Yeah, exactly. But now I'm reading a book called Home is Where the Bodies Are, and I will say, so far, that's not a really good name for what the book is, because the book is actually so far been pretty down to earth, and the cover's like way too intense for what has been happening so far. And I think I'm like 20-30% of the way through the book. I don't know, maybe I could do the same thing as the other one did and change. Where's it? It's on Libby, I think. I have like 2 different apps for the library, so Yeah, I'm 33% of the way through the book. So I'm a third of the way through the book. And I don't know, it just seemed like the cover is like this bloody VHS. And I was like, oh, it's going to be like a slasher. And then it's like not. It actually is like super sad at the beginning. And I cried. And I was just like, cool. Can I get a scary demon? Can I get a Beelzebub? This was really sad and upsetting. Because it's about this, these children or the adult children of this woman who passes away, and like the book starts with like the mom dying, and I'm like, oh, this is upsetting. Like, not page one, but like it's like very immediate, and I'm like, okay, I wasn't expect I kind of thought we were gonna start just after that, you know. Isn't that how like most other horror media does it, where they start just after that, but they're like, nope, we're gonna deal with this now. And I get it, because it seems like this is a book less about uh scares and more about like emotions and healing and family. We're really serious that Lena's still in jail. Are we sure that Lena's actually not a body snatcher? Oh boy, a scary spooky book that will be thrills and chills cover to cover. Meanwhile, though, I can't remember how upbeat it is. Basically, yeah, it was like super. I was like so sad, and I was like, yo, I thought I was gonna be a skilled, but it seems more like a thriller. Actually, let me see if it's even oopsies labeled as a horror. It might just be labeled as a thriller, which is fine. Oh, it's not. It's a thriller suspense. Okay. I judged a book by its cover. I assumed that because it had a bloody VHS for the cover, it was a horror. Okay. You know what? That's on me. That's on me then. Um but yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. And I like I don't want to give away. Sarah, that's the one thing people tell you not to do books. Well, okay, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. On the Goodreads, on the website, right, where the challenges are, they just have a big list of books, and they're sorted by genre usually, but sometimes they're not. And so I kind of have to judge a book by its cover, because it's like I can't go through literally every single one of these books and decide whether or not I'm gonna like read all their synopsis. I mean, I can, but like I don't want to. And so I'm like, which one looks like it has an interesting cover? I'm listening to a lot of fantasy and what we in Norway call husmor porno, roughly translate trad wife porno. I see, I see. I see. Um, but yeah, it's so yeah, I judge the book by the cover. But it's just hard. It's hard, okay? I wish that they might do that, because a lot of times I do it on my phone. And I think when you're on the actual website, like on a desktop, when you hover over the book, it like will give you like a brief synopsis, but you can't obviously hover on mobile. When you touch it, it just takes you to the page. So I just was like, and the thing is, a lot of times, a lot of the books on their list like kind of don't interest me. They're like, here, read one of these like 40 books we selected, and I'm like, I don't like any of these books. This is like, and it takes like there's like usually one or two that I'm like, this looks kind of interesting, I'll get it. And then I go to look at it at the library, and it's like, there's literally one, I shit you not, hold on, let me see what exactly it says, where I put a hold in for it. And like one is like 12 weeks, 19 weeks, several months of is one of them. Or actually three of them. Yeah, I put in a hold for both the audio and the audiobook and the regular ebook, because I was like, hopefully one of these will come to me sooner. Oh, I'm second in line for this one. Oh, but they only have 2 copies. Okay. Uh But yeah, there's like, oh, it's a cozy mystery. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. I want to read a cozy mystery. Because like I've been reading all this skillies. And but yeah, it's like several months. I don't know. I guess this is like a really popular series. I tried to get one before and it was like also several months, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'll just read something else. And then I read that something else and I didn't like it. Well, maybe you get to read some Animorphs while you wait several months for the next spoopy book. Yeah, that's the thing that is because these Goodreads things are timed. They're like read it before certain day, and I'm like, and it's like not that big a deal. Like I can just not do it. It's not like I have an obligation. It's just you get like it's basically an achievement. You get a little ribbon that says I read the book for the thing, but like I like achievements, so it's like I guess I'll wait. But yeah, so I am reading my well, I will be, because like I said, this book just came out, or it just the hold came through, and I was like, okay, let me grab it quickly, because I don't like I try to be polite, and I'm like I don't want to sit on this hold while knowing that 120 people are waiting or whatever, so I try to finish it, like I said, not super quickly. I want to enjoy it, but not linger with it in my thingy for too long. Listen to the story. For the story, usually though, Michael Anderle has a lot of good stories with very good written female characters. Nice. I wish I still had my Animorphs collection. Stupid jackass brother. I'm sorry, baby. You can. Last I heard, you can get them like legally online. Like the authors gave their blessing, because they were out of print for a while. And you couldn't get them without them being expensive. So I do believe they are. But here's the thing. The ebooks, even, because I know that the physical books, there's those little at the bottom of the pages, there's like a flip book of the characters animorphing, and it's not in the ebook, and I'm like, oh, I want that though. I want to see that. Not that you could really appreciate it in an ebook format, because you could never flip fast enough. The pages would like pause to load, but like that's so cool. I think that's so fun, even though they're like not at all accurate to how morphing is described. I think that's super fun. Exactly, when flip books and ebook, yeah. Not, you don't. Poorly even. Because yeah, after like a couple of pages, it'll like be like, oh, hold on, I'm loading a page, and it's like, cool. I can't flip book this. I do know that the Animorphs wiki had someone had gone through and scanned a couple of them, but I don't think they did all of the books, because like obviously scanning like 100 pages per book is like, that's a lot. 100 or almost 200 pages of books that's a lot of pages to scan, and also like make sure that they're centered, and they're not just moving all around. Just toss the ebook across them, it'll probably flip at least once. There you go. But yeah, so I've been doing my reading. See, I made the mistake, because I do have the audiobook for The Haunting of Hill House, because there's a video essay who made a video about, they were like, oh, here's like a breakdown of all the different versions, and I was like, oh, I want to watch that, but I was like, oh, I should probably, like, this book is in the public domain, I should probably just read it. And so like all the books that I have downloaded right now are like horror, and then like a lot of the reading I like to do is like I like to read a chapter or two at night before going to bed. And I'm like, I can't do that, because that will, one, scare me, and two, absolutely give me nightmares, like 100%. So now I'm just sitting here like, and I'm like, I don't want to get another book. It's like annoying enough having to go through the freaking app and then like try to remember what's going on. So I'm just like, I screwed myself. Although this Home is Where the Bodies Are book, the one that I'm reading right now, like I said, it's, now that I found out, it's a thriller suspense, it's not a horror. which is good because I want to get into thrillers and suspenses. I was so out of the game with reading for so long. Like I just kind of stopped reading after being out of school that like I don't know. I've talked about this before, but I don't know what like the tropes to be expected of a specific genre are. Where it's like, oh yeah, if you read detective stories, get ready for like really weird misogyny or something. That's just kind of the standard for the thing. Or like, oh yeah, you're reading so and so's books. Yeah, so and so's books always has that like weird moment of like very specific racism, and it's like, wait, what? And it's like we all just accept that, and they're like, yeah, kind of, unfortunately. And it's just like, I don't want to do that. And the thing is, it's like a book is such a commitment, you know, even if it's a tiny book, unless it's like a short story, that is several hours you're going to be spending before maybe you come across some like weird, messed up shit. And then it's just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's that, you know? And it's like, I don't know how to even like ask around to be like, hey, what kind of like shit should I expect from this kind of, you know, whatever. And then like I used to read a lot of fantasy books as a kid, and I like kind of want to get back into fantasy, but most of the fantasy that's for like adults now that I've seen is all like romantasy, and I'm like, I don't want to read romance. I don't care about that. And I'm like, yeah, I can read or not kids romance, kid YA fantasy, and I probably will, but I'm like, I want to read some more adult stuff. I want someone's head to get cut off. Like, is that too much to ask? But you know, my favorite series by Michael Anderle is probably about the Bouffants. There are like 6 series, I think, where every series is about one of the Bouffant ladies, and they all intertwine and make a really good and long story. And one of my favorite characters are the duo Fae King and Sherlock Holmes. Oh, kids romance. That's not what I meant to say. I mean, kids can have romance books. They just have to be like, and then finally we did the most epic love thing anyone could do. We kissed into the bleachers, the end, you know. But I still don't want to read that. That sounds awful. Uh but yeah, I don't know. I like a what more mature fantasy, but I don't want to read like romance because I'm not into romance. We hugged. Exactly. It's because in a kid's book, scandalous. But yeah, for real, because I'm like, I don't know. And then like I do like books on like survivaling. That's not the word, but like it's like, oh, I got trapped on an island and I need to survive until you know, the plane comes and finds me. And I like stuff like that. I always have found that really interesting. But it's like, I don't, you know, I'm worried I'm gonna start reading one and then it's gonna be like, anyway, I know how to do this because I'm a white man. And it's like, oh no, that's weird. You're being weirdly racist, guy. And it's like, yep, yep. Or when they're like weirdly like, the Native Americans would have loved me. And it's like, no, that's weird. You're being weird. You're being a weird man. I got lost in the woods. I barely survived. Yeah. It's like survival books, but not like you know, like fictional ones, like Hatchet, but like Hatchet for grown-ups, but also not like, you know, just sometimes people are fucking weird about it, and like it's like, ah, yes, I survived because when I was a child, my daddy bought me a gun, and every child should have a gun when they start being able to walk. And it's like, hey, how about you? You seem like you have views, and I don't particularly enjoy those views. So I think I will move on. But again, you like never know if you're gonna run into that, you know, 6 chapters in, 2 hours in, and you're like, damn it. I waited like weeks for this book for my hold to come through. And this bullshit, come on now. Alright, let me draw like this. I'll do it later. I'm gonna draw the character. We'll figure out the background later. The weather forecast. But yeah, so I've been like, and then I got so burned because I there was like, oh, here's a thing on Goodreads, and it was like the best 100 books from the, or like not the best 100 books, but 100 books from the past 100 years or something like that. And I was like, okay, that sounds neat. And like most of the books that were, or not most of the books, but most of the books that I had interest in were books that I had literally already read like this year. And so I was like, well, I'm not gonna read it again. But you had to read it within like this specific time frame. I think it was June. And so I was like, okay, let me find something in here. And then it was like, oh, here's a fun murder mystery. And I was like, oh, that sounds super fun. I really want to get into murder mysteries. And I read it and I fucking hated it. It was boring. And I was like, and like the only reason is why it's on the list is I know why, like I can tell based on how the story ended up being because of the reveal. But like the rest of the book was so boring. And I was like, how did you make a murder mystery whodunit with like 10 suspects fucking boring? But they did. No, I want a short story that begins that way with a white guy stranded in the woods. We get his inner narration. He's all, I can do this because I'm a man and I'm so good at this. Native Americans would have loved me. And then the last paragraph or so is an abrupt cut. Just find his body because he ate the wrong mushrooms or something. And they're like stupid tourists who think they know what they're doing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm just like, because it's like, that's what it would be. Shots fired at Agatha Christie. Shots fired at Agatha Christie. Yes, it was an Agatha Christie novel. And like, because everyone was like, and I was like looking at the reviews afterwards because I was like, oh man, I didn't enjoy this. And I was like, I wonder what other people thought. And they were all like, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. And I'm like, people are entitled to their opinions. And I was like, did I read it wrong? Because it actually, I almost didn't finish it. Because this was when there was the wasps in my room. I couldn't go into my room while we were, waiting for the wasps spray to do its thing. And so I was like, okay, I don't have access to my computer where I do most of my hobbies and activities, and it was hot, so I was like, I can't really like clean the house or do much because it's kind of it was like right in the middle of that heat wave we were having. And so I was just like, what should I do? And I was like, oh, I guess I'll just sit here and read this book. And then I was like reading it and I was like, this shit is boring. You should have called me. I would have fist fought the wasp for you. Hi, Spears, baby. You would have fought it good because I'm so scared. I was crying. I was sobbing. Like, I was having kind of like a mental breakdown. Not a mental breakdown, but I was having like a panic attack. Doctor Who fans. I don't know what that means. Hold on. I gotta turn my fan on. It's getting cold. Actually, let me go turn the AC up because I turned it down before because I was cold. But yeah, it was, and like, there was a thing that I didn't like about it, but in the end, I understand why they had to do it that way, or why she had to do it that way, because this isn't a game, there wasn't a dev team. But I was like, the one criticism I want to level at it, I can't even do it, because if you don't know the reveal, it's, like, irrelevant, essentially. If any of you have read The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, that's what it's called. I keep wanting to say Dan Aykroyd, but that's the guy who wrote Ghostbusters. And was started. He was Ray. It's public domain. You can get it for, you can get the audiobook. There's, if you ever want to read it. I don't recommend it. But if you ever want to read it and understand why I was so disappointed, by all means, I will say I think it's super boring. Yeah, Agatha Christie wasn't solo dev, she was indie, she was just like Concerned Ape. And so, because I was like, oh, this is Agatha Christie, I know that she's, a prolific writer, I've heard of her name before, if I like this, I'll read her other works. And then I read it, I was like, I guess not. I guess I won't be reading any more of your shit, ma'am. And maybe just the fact that I don't know. Like, I got it. I understand potentially why it was written the way it was, but I also think that that shit was boring. I mean, there's an indie dev team that aren't solo devs. It's not a binary system where you're either a solo dev or a AAA seller. That's true. That's true. She's a solo dev, but she's AAA. She's like Hideo Kojima, but not. The other, or not the other day, but a while ago, I was trying to write Hideo Kojima on my phone, but it auto-corrected Hideo to Gideon. I was like, how dare you poor kids this man's name? His name is not Gideon Kojima. Also, why did you leave Kojima alone? You changed to Hideo, what the fuck? It's been many hot minutes since I read it, but I recall enjoying 10 Little Indians. What's that? Is that more Agatha Christie? Because I know I'd like, it's one of those things where you have heard of a song and you've heard of an artist, but you didn't connect the names together. So I had heard of like Murder on the Orient Express, and I had heard of Agatha Christie, but I didn't realize she wrote that. Like, I didn't know. And so then it was like, oh, here's other works by her, and I was like, oh, all those other works that I was gonna read, but I'm probably not gonna do that right now. I don't know. And it's hard because like I need to like okay, there was one other review that was like, I thought this book was really dry, and I was like, okay, good, I'm glad I'm not crazy. And so I don't know, maybe I'll see if they've also read other Agatha Christie works and what they thought of them, because you can like see people's like reviews there. It's like kind of like Letterboxd, and see what they thought of it and be like, okay, maybe this was just the one overhyped one and all of her other works are fine. You're talking about when you're talking about the 10 people in the murderverse? No. It was the murder of Roger Ackroyd. Did you know it turned out he got murdered? Which I thought it was such a good title because he starts off alive, and I was like, oh, he's gonna die, cool. And then I was like, oh, this is boring as hell. Yeah, Gideon Kojima. Murder mystery. I hardly even know her mystery. Shut up. I almost did a I hardly know her joke out loud at a family event yesterday. And then I was like, no. I got dabbed up by a baby. Like a fist bumped by a baby yesterday. That was one cool baby. Cool as hell. They taught that baby all kinds of tricks. He also knows how to blow kisses. And I was like, hell yeah. Teach him all the cool baby tricks. But yeah, I like made a little fist and I presented it to him, and then he made a little fist and he bumped his fist into mine, and I was like, sick! Ah! Fucking rad as hell, baby! It was pretty fucking hype, all things considered. But yeah, that's what I've been reading. Oh yeah, and I read My Heart is a Chainsaw. That was the other horror book that wasn't, I didn't dislike it. I don't know. I found the main character a little, she wasn't annoying, but she was like almost annoying, if that makes sense. Because it's one of those books that's like, it's a slasher book, and it's one of those ones where it's like meta in that it's like referential of the genre. So it's like, oh, and I know all this stuff about this genre, and I know, or all this stuff about this, and I know all these facts about this. And it's like, normally I would really dislike that, because like, it's just like, okay, I know about Ready Player One. But it wasn't insufferable, but it was also like, taught the baby tricks, like it's a fucking dog or something. Yeah, I'm just saying, how many people teach their baby to do blow kisses and fist bump? Like, he doesn't even know how to talk yet, you know. He's one, but he can blow kisses and he can do fist bumps. That's sick as hell. Most people just teach their baby to wave. Who cares about that? If anyone ever has a baby, if you teach them to wave before you teach them to fist bump, you're a fucking loser. And your baby's not cool. Your baby's a fucking nerd. Your nerd ass baby. But yeah, give me a little fish puppy. We're so cute. Oh, it's so cute. You guys know I don't like babies, so I was like, oh hell yeah, this baby's radical. He came in on a skateboard with sunglasses. Hells to the yeah. But yeah, and then yeah, basically. And then I got to watch Batman finally again yesterday because they had to take a week off because the one of the hosts' wife had a baby. Hopefully that baby learns to fist bump before they learn to. Where's Batman? Before they learn to wave. Although I mean they run a Batman podcast, so yeah, you're probably that baby's probably gonna be a nerd anyway. But I got to watch a new Batman yesterday, finally, and then I also watched. I started watching Teen Titans because I was like, I really need like a superhero show, and I didn't know how long it was gonna be before they came back to the podcast because I was like, they gotta take care of that baby. That's a brand new baby. And and so I was like, okay, I'll start watching Teen Titans. I didn't know this. I knew that one of the artists one of the character designers from Batman Beyond went on to work onto Teen Titans. I did not realize that like a bunch of the team from BTAS and all of the other DC shows that I've been watching also worked on Teen Titans. Like, it's like, I'm kind of like, on the one hand, you guys did a really good job with all those shows and I like them a lot, but on the other hand, maybe we'll let other people work on the shows. Like, for like, when it was Batman started in 1992, Teen Titans ran until, I don't know, 20 something. Or not 2000 and something, and like the 20, maybe the 2010s, maybe they got to there. So for like 20 years, and then Bruce Timm, who was on all this stuff, he is doing the new Batman show that's on HBO, and I'm like, listen, like, you're doing a good job and I like it, and I do like the new Batman show, but maybe we let other people try making a Batman show. And I was kind of like shocked because I was like looking at the credits for Teen Titans and it was like Bruce Timm, and I was like, Bruce Timm was working on this, and he was like an executive producer, so who knows what capacity I don't know what executive producers do, but I was like, and then I was like, Andrea Romano, and then it was like, oh yeah, music by Michael McCuistion or something, and I was like, yeah, Michael, and I was just like, I recognize all your names. Ariana, what are you doing here? Oh God, I'm choking on my drink. But yeah, so I was shocked. But yeah, I watched 2 episodes of Teen Titans. I'm kind of sad I don't have like a podcast to listen to though for my Teen Titans. I'm sure there's a Teen Titans watch along podcast somewhere, but it's not my guys. It's not my yappy dudes. It's not my yappy dudes. So I'm like, you guys gotta watch Teen Titans. I don't know, they might. But they still got a long way to go. But yeah, the Batman episode, it didn't have it didn't have old Batman, it didn't have Bruce in it for like the first time. And I was like, where is my Bruce? And he wasn't in the whole thing. And I was like, what the fuck? They said there's no watch along podcast for Teen Titans. Well, they say be the change you want to see in the world. I'm just bitching. I'm just like, what that nepotism in the Batman community? I'm just like, how dare they let these talented artists who made all these other great shows that I like very much continue to make more shows? How dare they? But I was like, oh my god. Because when I had heard originally that Batman Cape Crusaders, which is the HBO show that's they're working on season 2, I'm waiting every day. I need to like set up Google alerts for when they finally are like season 2 announced. When I heard that it was Bruce Timm working on it, I was like, oh, but you made Batman. You made a different Batman show. You made 2, in fact, different Batman shows, and you worked on a couple movies. Why are they? Why is the 3rd Batman show hit the Bruce Timm? And I'm like, it is iconic though, but also maybe someone else gets the chance. Yeah, that's a twist where it would be nepotism in a community centered around guys who inherited $1 billion from his parents and used it to fund a crime fighting career. Then he tried to pass along to his side. Shoosh. But yeah, I was just like, what the heck? What the heck? When I mean, I remember I watched Teen Titans when it aired, but I don't think I watched it consistently. So I like have vague memories of all the different characters and stuff, but like not enough to, I think I like remember certain things. Excuse me. Certain things. Yeah, that's very, very words good. Certain episodes, and like certain plot beats were talked about a lot online, but I don't remember necessarily episodes, so I'm kind of like, we'll see. We'll see how. I'm curious to see. So I think there's 65 episodes. It's 5 seasons. Each season has 13 episodes, and then there's, I think, 2 specials and a movie. I think that's what it is. And so I'm curious how long it takes me to finish it, because it took me so long to finish Batman originally because the podcasts. I would watch the podcast right after I watched an episode of Batman, and the podcasts are like an hour and a half long. So it was essentially tripling or actually quadrupling even, right? Because it's a 22-minute episode show and then an hour and a half of podcast. Yeah, so it's quadrupling the time it takes for me to watch an episode of Batman. Whereas now I can watch Teen Titans, as fast as the episode is. But yeah, I don't have like my fun little trivia, because the Batman podcast, the Jump on the Batwagon, that's what it's called, by the way. Has anyone gone to see Superman? I'm gonna go see it sometime this week. We're gonna go try to see it because I got a movie theater gift card for Christmas, and I've been saving it. And everything I've heard, because I was like, I'm not gonna see it. I don't like live action superheroes. But then I saw like a ton of people being like, no, it's so good, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll go see Superman. I know the dog's in it. I like the dog. I like a movie with a dog in it. Oh, do I have to check does the dog die? Does Crypto die? I enjoyed it. Yeah, I heard it was really good. No spoilies, no spoilies. Wait, does Crypto die? I do want to know that. I want to know if the dog dies. I don't know how prominently he features, but I have heard that Crypto's in it. Also, it's weird that his dog is named after Bitcoins. What if his name was Bitcoin? I was gonna wait a week or two to go see it to avoid the crowds, but then on my last day of work, opening weekend, I heard the conversation got conservatives got their knickers in a twist about it, so then I had to go see. Did you like it? No, the dog is saved. Nice. Yeah, they were like, he's going woke, and they were getting mad because they were like, Superman, because James Gunn had said it was an immigrant story, and they were like, an immigrant story, and I'm like, he's from outer space. He's the definition of an illegal alien, you motherfuckers. Like, what is wrong with you? He's from space. I did enjoy it. Nice. Yeah, you're excited. But yeah, we're gonna try to carve out some time to go see it. And it's so funny because we were looking at the theater, and I was like, I just want to make sure I don't get one of those theaters where it's like the IMAX, Crazy Max, fucking 4K, 4D, four-dimensional chess where it's like they spray water on you and vibrate your seats and put smells in. And mom was like, "Do they do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds crazy." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't want that." And I was like, "Yeah, we gotta make sure we don't go to those by accident." But yeah, we're gonna go see it and get some popcorn and get some. I like to get stuff. What's your go-to movie theater snack? Mine is the popcorn and Sour Patch Kids. I like to get the Sour Patch Kids. I didn't even see it in 3D, let alone all that bullshit. Yeah. I watched the Avengers, and to be fair, it wasn't filmed in 3D, but I watched the Avengers in 3D. But it was like that where they like do it 3D afterwards, and so it just kind of looks like a pop-up book essentially. Like the layers are, it's like there's different layers of depth of movement, but it's not like, it's like flat layers. Do you know what you should say? I just popcorn, sometimes Reese's. That's good. But it's just like, it wasn't, yeah, if you're gonna, I've never seen a real 3D movie. A movie that was shot with, like, intentionally shot in the first place in 3D. But, yeah, I don't recommend watching an after-the-fact 3D because, I don't know, maybe the technology's gotten better, but that Avengers movie was really, it was not. And I had seen it, flat. I saw it regular, and I was, like, super hyped about it. And then, for my birthday, I was talking about it, and, my cousin's dad was like, "Oh, let's go see it." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, I'll go take us all right now." And I was like, "Oh." And so we left my birthday party, which was fine because it was over. And he went to took us to see it, and he's like, "Let's watch it in 3D." And I was like, "Okay." And then we did, and I was like, "This looks like garbage." I'm glad I watched it in regular because this is distracting. I don't typically have snacks in the theater because I have terrible self-control. So when I do get them, I've eaten the entire thing before the Yeah, same. Yeah. I remember like the first time I remember being at the theater, because I think I saw movies when I was like real little, but the first time like I remember being, you know, was conscious, had become self-aware at a theater. I'd like eaten all my popcorn during the trailers because we had like little boxes, and then I was just like, oh, whoopsies. I should have paced myself. And ever since then, I've always been like, all right, have a couple handfuls while it's really, really hot. And then we'll watch the trailers, and then we'll just take a little break. Also, are you the type of people who like to go in early? I saw these people talking about it recently. Do you like to go in early so you get the trailers and you know you're not going to miss any of the movie? Or do you like to come in and time it just exactly at the right time so you come in right when the movie starts? Like if the movie is set to start at 7:30, do you come in perfectly on time to be there at 7:30, or are you in the theater by like 7:15, 7:20? Now I don't see movies a lot in theater because that's just expensive. But we usually go early. Like to be early enough to make sure I see all the trailers, but not too early. Yeah. Same. I don't know. I would just be like worried that they would be like, "Hey, we're gonna just start the movie early for no reason," and then I would miss it. And it's like I need the establishing shots. How will I know which one of these guys is Lex Luthor? I don't want to know if Lex Luthor's in the movie. Don't tell me. But like, you know, all of Superman's, like most of Superman's villains are bald guys. So I need to know which bald guy is the bald guy he's going against. I have trouble timing this well because I also don't see movies in theaters that often. Yeah. Lex Luthor, I hardly know her. Yeah, it is Luthor. I always say Luthor. I don't know. I think I must have seen like somebody on Smallsville in an ad for Smallsville say Luthor, and then I was like, ah, yes, Luthor. Even though it's clearly got an O. I usually aim for 10-20 minutes before to get it through lines and such and settle in before stuff starts. But do you watch the trailers? Are you like You also like, not that you like close your eyes, but like, like I refuse. I will not be advertised to. But do you like get in early enough to do the trailers, or just early enough to get the beginning of the movie? You just like close your eyes through all the trailers. You're like, that sounds like Tom Cruise. Must be another Mission Impossible. Oh my god, I saw this thing. Yeah, I watched trailers. Okay. Yeah, but nobody pronounces the or in color that way, not even in places where it's hour instead. That's true. They don't say color hour. But in the Superman cartoon, they do say Luthor. And I'm like, I think it's Luthor. I think I know Superman. In the Superman cartoon, Lex Luthor is voiced by Mr. Krabs. And sometimes when he yells, he sounds a little bit like Mr. Krabs. And I'm like, all right, Mr. Krabs. It's so funny. Like, Clancy Brown's a great voice actor. He does an amazing job. But it's kind of like how Tom Kenny is also a great voice actor, but also every time Tom Kenny does a role that isn't SpongeBob or Ice King, I'm like, that's Tom Kenny. I know who you are. I can see you. But yeah. Bless you, Clancy Brown. Thank you for being Lex Luthor. You did a good job, you bald bitch. Well, he's not bald. Lex Luthor's bald. Clancy Brown has a beautiful head of hair. He's got glorious, curly, or he had in Detroit Become Human, curly white hair or wavy white hair. Beautiful. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the Batman episode. I got so caught up in talking about everything else, I forgot to talk about the Batman episode. So, it was another Joker's with a Z episode, and I was kind of like, these guys are not that interesting. But there was a completely new set of Jokers from a different set than the previous ones, and I was like, huh, interesting. I guess they are like a gang. It's not just like 6 kids. Yeah, because Brown's voice is a character in one of the animated Star Wars shows, and I didn't know this going into the first time watching the show, but then his character started talking, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. You sound like you're worried about your money. Yeah, he's very talented, but he also, his voice sounds like his voice. He sounds like himself. But yeah. It's like really funny. It's just like every once in a while it's like, I hear you. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? What is this thing? Oh, okay, so the Jokers, right? So they like go harass some guy on a space train at whatever, I don't know, it was some kind of weird bullshit. It's future stuff. And are you feeling it now, Mr. Luther? Hold on, I gotta show you this one TikTok. Hold on. Actually, I might be able to get it on YouTube. Watchtower database. It's a YouTube short. What would it be called? Oh wait, I can just probably look through their shorts. Hold on, because it's extremely funny. Shorts. Jump on the Batwagon. The Joker. Oh, I don't know if I can tell from the thumbnail. Where is it? I'm the Joker, baby. Where is it? It's so funny. What is the jump on? Okay, it looks like that. Okay. Helldivers. Egg Baby. I still haven't gotten to the Egg Baby episode. I'm terribly, terribly curious. Batman. Clayface. It was a while ago. Where is it? Hello? Wait, okay. No, not the chair one. Hold on. I'm getting close. I'm finding it. God, maybe I should have searched it. No, I've gotten to the beginning of their things. No! Shit. It's so worth it though, you guys. You just wait. You just wait. It's so worth it. Watchtower database. The fucking... Can I... Hold on. It'll be him in the condom. Hold on. Shut up. Don't listen to me. It's Superman. No, not old Superman. See, I used to have it saved. Where is it? Ah! Where is it? Shorts. Can I just search by shorts? Yeah, watched. If I can't find it in one more minute, I'm gonna just find it on my phone and send it to me. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You know what? This will be faster if I do it here. What email am I getting? Oh, Dracula! Dracula's here, you guys! We got another one! Exciting. Okay, shut up, shut up. Watchtower database. Oh, God. I'm just gonna scroll through the shorts real quick. Just real quick. Don't worry about it. Okay. No. Did you know no. Was in the no. Aquaman, Batman, no. Green, 90s, no. During the no. The no. The no. The Justice, no. No. Plastic. No. No. Several characters. No. The 90s. No. What? No. In Superman, no. Batman Beyond gave us a brand new niche found in breaking. No. Remember when we almost Batman, the crew behind the ending Space Jam 2. No. One of the Sorry, Space Jam 2 is extremely funny. I summoned the email. You did. Did you catch the breaking? No. No. Okay. No. Did you know? No. No. Did you catch the man? No. Did you? No. No. Did you? No. No. The first. Did you catch? They have a lot of trivia videos. Okay. Did you know? No. No. Did you know? JLU did the D when Justice Green. Did it get taken down? Where is it? Mr. Mixon. In back. In. Just. Is it not on YouTube? It was. One of them, the fledgling. Oh my goodness! The Joker's character. That was an ad. Wait. Batman threw like a. No, not that one. Did you know the name? Not the chair. Did you know Superman? Do you like the Superman? Batman? Did you? Wonder. This is good audio. The Doom Patrol Miniac. When the Flash, Batman, and Mr. No. Tim Drake, despite the debut episode of Justice League chronologically occurring. Right it's not on YouTube. What the fuck? I've been wasting my time. Hold on, it's gotta be on TikTok then. It was on YouTube. I'm gonna go get a nap. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you, baby. Have a good nap. Go. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Leave me alone. Watchtower. What the fuck? Where? I don't care. Yes. You. Shut up. Shut up. Give me my fucking Batwagon. Oh, they've got a playlist. Batman threw like a Clark. Just like. No. I got another one of those things that love you to TikTok. Okay. Superman walks in. Okay, there it is. Hold on. Okay. I gotta send it to myself. Oh god, how am I gonna get this? Okay, hold on. Wait. Copy link, and then I'm gonna post it in chat, and then I'll open it. I'll open it, and then I'll put it on screen. This'll work. This was worth it. My goodness. Hold on. Okay. Send it, and then open it. This is so stupid. Oh no, it opened in Firefox. Don't do that. Open in Chrome. Copy current address. Paste and go. Oh god, OBS crashed. Are we good? Bringing us the most tech savvy solutions. Yeah, baby. Are we still alive? No. I just want this. Copy link address. Paste and go. Okay, hold on, 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 hold on. Okay, good. I'm not logged into TikTok. No, no, no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Stop just playing it. Are we still good? Hello? Or did OBS die? Did OBS die? Yes, I heard you ask twice now. Oh, okay. Alright, sorry. I just wanted to make sure because sometimes it takes a second for OBS to it crashes, but then it'll actually like take 2 minutes to actually crash. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sorry for I just didn't want to like, hey, so let's watch this video now and then close it and then you're like, Sarah, we couldn't see it because it crashed. Let me get the clip up. Browser properties. There. Okay. Let me mute our music. Okay. Okay. Not being snarky with that, just making sure. No, 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 you're good, you're good. No, 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 you're good, you're good. Was it worth it? Oopsies, don't start again, Jesus. Was it worth it? That was ridiculous. I don't know why it wasn't on YouTube. It was before. They must be getting copyright claimed about it. Unmute. There we go. Hello, music. Are we playing or are we just very quiet? Yeah, we'll just stop. Jamie's fucking Mr. Krabs impression was amazing in that, by the way. Because he was the one who did the first "Still boots." I was like, holy shit. But yeah. That's the kind of stuff you get on the Jump on the Batman, Jump on the Batman, Jump on the Batwagon podcast. Available on your podcatcher of choice. But yeah, it was very silly. It's very silly. I forgot what even we were talking about, other than Clancy Brown voices Lex Luthor. Oh, we were talking about the Superman movie, which I haven't seen yet. But yeah, I'm gonna go see it. Oh yeah, the Batman episode. Anyways, you'll just never know what happened in Batman Beyond this week. So the Jokers were going around, annoying some guy, whatever, who cares. And there's a new guy and his name is Terminal and he looks like a dead guy. And then they cut to Terry, who's the new Batman, he's the teenager Batman. And they've got their GAT scores back and I'm like, the GATs? And I'm guessing it's like Gotham aptitude test, but I'm like, okay. And there's a new character who's introduced for the first time today, and then they're like, oh, Max, what's your score? And she's like, the last prime number before my birthday. And I'm like, oh, I get it, because like you're a nerd and you talk like a nerd because nerds always talk about numbers in like a weird way and they don't talk like people. Yep, okay, so you're a smarty pants, right? And then they look at her score and she got like a perfect score and it's like, yep, saw that coming. And so so she's like a big smarty pants and I'm like, cool, I'm glad this character that I've met for the first time has been quickly established to be a fucking nerd. And then they cut to, there's like a jock, and he's like, and they're like, oh, you did so good at your test, you almost got a perfect score. And he's like, I gotta do a good job, set a good precedent because I'm the class president. And then they're like, yeah, only one other student has got a better score. And he's like, what? And it's like, oh geez, I wonder who this new Joker is. I wonder if it's this guy. Not to be confused with the GTA score. Which tests how many hookers you run over. Yeah, exactly. And he's like, they're like, yeah, it was Maxine. She got a perfect score. And he's like, oh, congratulations. And then it cuts to him at home, and his mom's like, oh, you got second place? That makes you first loser. And I'm like, oh, that sucks for him that you have a bad home life. But also, the fact that you're about to go to try murder this girl isn't valid. And then she's like, oh, I wrote a program, because this is all from like 2000, I think is when these episodes were airing. And so they're like, they try to be all like tech speaky, but it's like 2000s idea of the future, very Jetsons idea of the future, but 2000s. So like, there's a bunch of big display screens in their school hallway that they can check their test scores on, and they call them like vid screens, and I'm like, they're monitors, they're screens. We just call them screens. And she's like, oh, I wrote a program that analyzes all the known information about Batman so I can try to find his identity. Which, first of all, why? And second of all, for what reason? And Terry's like all nervous because he's like, she's a big smarty pants, she's gonna find out. And it's like, isn't she your friend? Like, if she finds out, like, oh no, your friend knows you're Batman now, like, I mean, she's not gonna murder you. You like her. And I was like, if this is gonna be like a real, like, for the kids show, they'll have her figure it out, and then it'll be like, oh, now I have a friend to confide in, and she can be like, that's how all the like kids superhero shows go, where it's like, oh, and then the friend finds out and they try to help from, you know, but they're not superpowered, so they got to use their brains and their street smarts. And I was like, if this episode ends with this, then I know that this is really like the children's Batman show that they were trying for. So then the Jokers start to target her, and it's like, geez, I wonder why. I wonder if that guy who was the thing, and it does show him like putting on his makeup, and they're like, whoa, he's the new Joker? And I'm like, yeah, clearly. When you like, it's what is that called? It's a thing in media where it's like the budgeting of characters, where it's like, if you introduce a character, you know, if you don't spend a lot of time with them, they're not, you know, that the audience can tell that they're not important, because if they were important, you would have spent time. The economy of character. The audience will know that if you spent a lot of time, that this character is important. And if you don't, then it it proves that they're just like not worthwhile. And so, like, the character, yeah, exactly. So it's like, wow, we introduced this brand new character who's like a jock, and he's like, I'm the class president, so he's like clearly an important character. And it's like, geez, I wonder if he's important. Oh, yep, yeah, he's the new Joker. Who could have guessed? You know, it's like super obvious, but also it's like, it's a kid's show, whatever. But they did that a lot with BTAS too, where they'd be like, here's a new guy. I wonder, you know, it was like almost never a misdirect, you know? And so, they introduce him, and he tries to go after her. And so then she changes her program she like reprograms it to try to figure out who the Jokers are. And in the process, her thing spits out Terry's name. And he's like, and so she's like immediately 100% suspicious. And because there was something that kind of like would imply that maybe it was him, but like she takes it to 100, like so fast. And he's like trying to help her because she's his friend. And he knows the Jokers are after her, and he's like, oh, you gotta stop the program, because if you don't, they're gonna get you. And she's like, you would say that, wouldn't you? And it's like, ma'am, you are being attacked by a gang that is actually actively trying to, like, they threw a pie at you and it had a brick in it. Like, you are actively being sought for death. Maybe you be chill about it. Um, I do not like the tangent that this arm is creating. Um, maybe I'll raise this up. Oh, but I can. Okay, we'll see. So then, uh, she sends Terry a message. Brick pie grandma recipe. Yeah, she sends Terry a recipe. A recipe, a message, my goodness. And it's like, if you come to this location or I'll expose your little secret nightlife. And he's like, oh shit, she's gonna tell everyone I'm Batman, which is like, is she your friend or not? And so he goes there and she goes to the meeting place, and then the Jokers try to get her, and they're like, she's like, Terry, I know it's you. And he's like, no, I'm not. And she's like, what? And then Batman comes and saves her, and they're like, yeah, we didn't care anything about your little Joker thing, we just wanted to kill you because you got 100% on your GATs. And she's like, that's unreasonable. Because it's not. Maybe you're actually being sought for death. Maybe you should chill about it. And so Batman saves her, and she does like a cool like fight, and she fights the other Jokers. And then Terry's like, oh, did you are you good now? You still think I'm a Joker? And she goes, no, but I know your other secret. And he goes, what's that? And she goes, and she puts her little hands up by her ears and makes them look like the little pointy ears. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's reasonable. And then he's like, okay, but you can't tell anyone. And she's like, no, and then now you have someone you can talk to, and blah, 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 and it's all good. And she goes, but if you call me Robin, I'm out. And he goes, okay, Alfred. And it's like, first of all, nobody knows who Alfred is except for Bruce and the other Bat kids. Also, he was dead before you became Batman, so you don't even know who Alfred is. Way to expose Mr. Wayne, who wasn't even in this episode. It was like so weird, and I was like, okay, so this is the children's Batman show, because you did end the episode with, and now he has a friend who knows and who can help him with the crimes. Terry accidentally doxing Batman. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, exactly. I was like, and like, she could probably figure it out, like, oh, his nighttime job with Bruce. And she'd have said earlier, like, oh, I think this new Batman is new. I don't think it's the old one. I think it's, and so I'm sure she could figure out that, like, oh, it makes sense. Bruce Wayne would have access to all this tech and blah, blah, blah. Like, she's a smarty pants. She says her number is the last part number before her birthday. She's a smarty girl. But it's like, Terry... How do you even know who Alfred is? I don't think Bruce probably talks about Alfred. His dead butler. I don't think he's like, yeah, we go way back. He changed my diapers. He's big dead now. Like, I don't think you guys chat about this, so it's just weird. Like, why would you say that? Like, me, the audience knows, but she doesn't. But yeah, so that's what happened in the new Batman Beyond. But yeah, they didn't have Bruce in it. And I was like, oh. And I even was like, did I miss him? Did he like show up for one line? But when I watched the credits, it didn't say Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne, and I was like, oh, my Kevin Conroy, no. I haven't been doing like things all night and fighting crime is the same person who was doing that for half a century. Well, I guess she is. Yeah, for real. But yeah, so now I wonder if this is going to be a status quo change, because they took time to like design her character, and she's well enough designed that, again, that whole economy of characters thing, it's like if she was going to be a one-off, there'd be no reason to put so much effort into her design. So I'm curious to see what will happen. It was weird though. Okay, so she's voiced by Cree Summers. Love her. Love Cree Summers. But they had another character, one of the Jokers, also voiced by her, and it's like, Cree Summers, you know what we said before about Tom Kenny and Clancy Brown. Cree Summers is like she's got basically one voice, and it's the voice that she has, and it's great. It's a wonderful voice, but like there's no not knowing who she is. Um if anyone doesn't know voice actor names, she's Susie from Rugrats and a billion and one other things. Number 5 from Kids Next Door, and her voice sounds like her voice. Um, and I was like, why would you have two characters voiced by her? Two opposing characters voiced her. And she was doing different voices. The Joker was much more like gremlin-y, and she was much more, I'm a smooth, cool girl. I'm so smart. But it was like, it seems strange. Like, you have other ladies. You have access to other lady voice actors. I know you do. I've watched the show. This is her first or maybe her second voice she's done in this entire 3 shows. So it's like, you had other ladies. What's his pen was I using? 30. 30. Oh, shoot, I did it wrong. But yeah, that's what happened with Batman. Also, I watched the movie because it was on it's on YouTube for free with ads. Return of the Joker. That movie is so good. Oh my god. It's so, and it's fucked up, but it is so good. How am I gonna do this? I need to divide this equally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to divide this evenly into 6 segments. Oh, I know how. They got TMS to work on it, Tokyo Movie Shincha, which is like, they're like super good animators. They did Lupin the Third. Okay, if I do that, and then I do this. Okay, hold on. I just need to get the grid to line up with the edges, and then I can make thingy, hopefully. Wait, right there. Okay. But yeah, that it's interesting because that movie actually got censored while it was like they'd made the whole movie, and then the network, one of the people at the network was like, we're not gonna promote it if it continues like this. It's too violent. Hardly Return of the Nowhere. Shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oopsies. 5. Oopsies. 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's 1, 2. You know what? It's fine. I'll just do this. And then I'll erase this. But yeah, it got censored, and like it's interesting because the original I don't want to spoil it because you guys should watch it. It's very good. But yeah, there's like 2 endings essentially. Or not endings, but 2, well, I guess it's an ending if you think about it. See, you don't get it, but I do. But yeah, the story is like really, really intriguing. And it's gorgeously animated. And also, okay, here, listen, here. You guys, you gotta be cool for 1 second, okay? Can you guys be cool for 1 fucking second? Can you guys be cool? Okay? Because I have to say something. And if I say it, it's one of these things that when I say it, you're gonna think differently about me than you did before. Okay? I'm never cool, not at all. Okay, listen. Okay. Now, normally I don't feel this way. But Joker looked really hot in that movie. Okay, anyway, moving on. Moving right along. He had nail polish on. It was really cute, okay? Listen. I'm not a Joker girl, but he looked really hot, okay? Um, but yeah, it was really good. And if you live in the United States and you have access to YouTube, which why wouldn't you? uh, Pre types ad quote in chat box. No. Um, Let me put this in a folder and then put this folder and then show masked area and then erase. So finds clowns attractive. I do, but that's that's neither here nor there. Are we erasing? Oh, you're not in the folder. Okay, there we go. Because I might want to move this around, so I'm just gonna erase all the area where she is. But in that movie, there's more Jokers with a K, and it's a completely different set. And I'm like, there's a lot of Jokers in this movie, in this show. So it starts working on SWAT X Joker meme. No, just make sure it's the one from Return of the Joker, okay? But also, don't spoil yourself. It's only like an hour. I don't know how long it is. Hold on. I'll tell you how long it is. I wish you could just watch it right now. It's available with free with ads on YouTube, so I should just be able to play the whole thing, right? Oh. That and... Oh, I'm gonna put the link in the in the chat so you guys can find it and watch it. Where is it? Oh, no, not that. There it is. And when I say free with ads, I mean like it's on, like it's YouTube did it. This isn't, somebody didn't like, this isn't piracy. This is legal. There you go. It's only, it's loading, hold on. It's only an hour and 16 minutes. Good idea. None of us know how to work a YouTube search bar. Well, it's not, I don't know if it's the first thing that comes up because a lot of other different things come up for me, to be fair. A lot of other Batman stuff comes up for me for some reason. But yeah, you should watch it. It's good. It's a good movie. It's pretty violent though. But yeah, so there's a, for some reason, I don't know why. I've never just particularly taking a shine to Batman before. But yeah, so that's the uncut version that's on YouTube. Apparently the censored version is actually super hard to come by now because after they censored it, people were like, we want the uncut version, like that's, you know, that's cool, we like a different, and they were like, okay, we'll release the uncut version. But now you can't, the only way apparently you can get the censored version like legally, I don't know if it's on Max now or something, or whatever streaming service Batman Beyond is on right now. But or HBO Max, because now it's HBO again. Anyway, you can only get it from like getting a 2-part DVD or Blu-ray set, and it's not even like listed in the like the store listing. They don't even say that you get the the cut version. That's the reason I always watch YouTube and Incognito Realm. I want to tell YouTube what I want to watch, not the other way around. You can turn off your watch history and then it won't populate that, and then it won't suggest anything to, I guess it'll still probably do it based on your like cookies and whatnot. See, the problem with that is that when you, not trying to tell you to change how you do things, but the problem with that is when you do that, then all of your YouTube recommendations are like Mr. Beast, and it's like, ew, I don't want to see that. Icky gross, disgusting. Hey, hot take, I don't like Mr. Beast. Sorry if you hate me now. No, but yeah, watch Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. It's really good. And you don't need to know anything about Batman Beyond other than all the stuff that I've already told you. Just kidding. You just need to know that like Terry is Batman and, you know, Bruce is old. And you get that from the story without, you know, having to, you can glean that without knowing. And plus I thankfully as a gift to you, have already told you all the background Batman lore, so you don't even need to watch it now because I give you these helpful episode recaps. All right, I need to look up a reference for a weather forecast. Weather forecast. I thought I put the E in. Okay. Also, I skipped a couple of uni messages when she was butt spotting. What am I? Oh, that was a quote. Maybe isn't this butts for everyone, but for me at least what maybe it isn't this way for me, but for me, at least when I pull up YouTube, it's just a blank page, blank slate with a search bar at the top for me to look for what I want to watch that session, just the way I like want it. Oh, nice. That sounds awesome, actually. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh, wait, where's her little thingies? Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hold on. Her little rainbow and stuff. Okay, hold on. Accidentally turned those layers off, and now the composition isn't right. Wah! Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait. Oh, maybe I just had it. And then... Did I just move everything over? What am I don't know. Let me draw those, though. Are these in the right order? Yeah, okay. For several years, when I pulled it up, it would have default mode sort of homepage with Mr. Beast and such, like you said, but then I stopped doing that. Oh, I see. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I don't know why my throat's all, like, stinky gross. It's all gooey. Oh, it's probably because I ate those Tootsie Rolls. We don't have any chocolate. Well, we do have chocolate in the house, but bugs got in it, and I'm so sad because I wanted it. Guys, guess what? Guess what happened? It's really bad, and I'm upset about it. But it's something to talk about. I guess what happened? It doesn't have to do with Batman. At least I don't think. If it did, it would be weird. You're complaining about extra protein in your chocolate chicken. My fucking head. It was really old chocolate. It was from like Valentine's 2 years ago. Maybe even 3 years ago. They were actively crawling on it. It was kind of fucked up. And they'd like burrowed into it. I was like, oh. Because I was like, maybe I could just swipe them off. And then I was like, no, there's big deep holes. They've created an ant farm in there. Doesn't involve Batman. Leaves. No, guess what? My chest freezer wasn't working for multiple days. And I opened it up, and all my popsicles were thawed, and all of my raw chicken was thawed, and all of my other frozen things were thawed. And now I'm very upset about it. And I almost cried. Guess what's happening to me starting to type my guess. It's not about Batman. Backspace. That really sucks. Yeah, I did. It was really, really awful, actually. I don't know if the chicken's bad. It was so kind of crazy. Like, I don't want to be like a miracle happened, but, I was doing dishes at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and then, I was like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. And I was like, I don't want to cook anything that we like have in the fridge and in the cabinet. Chicken may have gone foul, potentially. So I was like, what's this? This is 30. Let me see what's in the big freezer. And so I open it up and I'm like, oh, it smells weird. Like, it smells like potatoes. Because it's a whole long story. But we have all of these, like, individual little packs of pre-cooked single portion food that we got from my neighbor. It's like a whole thing. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. And so I'm like, why does it smell like potatoes? And then I go to grab something and it like is warm, or it's not warm, but it's like it's not frozen, and I'm like, oh fuck. And so I can use a symmetry ruler. I grab the bag of popsicles that's like near the top, and it's completely thawed as well. And I'm like, and it's liquid, and I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm like, is the freezer broken? So I pull it out, and this isn't what I want. Because I can see that the light isn't on. It has like a little light at the bottom to show that it's working. It was not on. And I'm like, oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, okay, this is 6. So I probably need 12. I pull it out, and then I put it in a different plug, because I'm like, is it the plug that's gone out? Is it the freezer? Like, where's this fail point? And so I put it in another plug, and the other plug worked. And I'm like, okay, so it just, for some reason, this, because it's like we have like a 4-way outlet there. And for some reason, that particular outlet just, okay, I'll do it like this, and then I'll move it, because I'm realizing the sun is not centered in the circle, but that's fine. So, you know, I pull it out, I plug it in, I turn it on, and then I'm like looking at the chicken, and like it doesn't, other than the smell of potatoes, which again, they're these fully already cooked portions of food, it like, it doesn't smell like rotting meat or anything. And I remembered that like 2-3 days ago, Mama, she was mopping in the kitchen, and so when she did that, she must have plugged it back in, and then it just, for some reason, that outlet's not working. And like, I don't even blame her for that, because she probably was tired after mopping, and just like plugged it back in and then went and sat down. And so I'm like freaking out, and so I just grabbed all the chicken and I dragged it into a different grocery store bag so it wouldn't drip, because it was like dripping all the liquid everywhere. And then I just threw it in the fridge, because I'm like, okay, if it's still good, it needs to be cold. And then I was like, I'm not checking on it. So this happened the day before yesterday, but I was out yesterday, so I haven't, because I was like, I'm too emotionally distraught to deal with this right now. So hopefully we'll see if the chicken's okay. If it is, we'll probably just end up cooking it all immediately, and then probably freezing it to portion it back out. If it's ruined, it's ruined, you know. But is there a possibility there's a problem with the freezer itself that caused a problem in the outlet, and by extension it might be a problem in the new outlet? I don't think so, just because the freezer has been working fine since we got it over a year ago, I think, at this point. It's only just now when it was moved to be swept, because she was mopping under it, that there was any kind of problem. So I'm thinking it just was literally just for some reason that outlet doesn't want to work right, which, whatever, that's fine. It's like I said, it's a 4, there's like 4 plugs in it, so I just put it in one of the other ones. But yeah, so we gotta check the chicken today and see if it's destroyed. Hopefully not. What is this? Oh no! Don't do that. But yeah, that happened, and I was very upset. And you know what sucked? You know what sucked? Other than the fact that the whole thing happened? It was the morning. It was Friday morning. It was the morning that garbage gets picked up. So I couldn't even, like, try and clean it out immediately anyway, because, like, the garbage was going to be running any moment. And so if I tried, I probably would have been, like, you know, dragging stuff halfway to the freezer. So I'm gonna, basically, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this right now. And once Thursday comes around and we determine what we're gonna do with everything, I'll try to clean out the freezer then, because unfortunately, like I said, the chicken was dripping because it was like we had like big bags of frozen chicken, like, you know, you get the like big 3-pound bag, and they like dripped everywhere inside the freezer. So I'm gonna have to probably, I've been thinking about it because I was like, okay, how am I gonna do this? Because if I have a plan, it'll make me feel better. And I'm like, okay, I gotta take everything out of the freezer. I gotta determine if I'm gonna throw it all away, if it's, you know, not safe anymore, or if it's good. And it's all gonna have to go in the other fridge freezer, and then we're gonna have to empty it out, and then we're gonna have to sacrifice a towel, and then we're gonna have to do this and this. And I'm like, okay, so this is the plan. So Thursday we'll see how things are in terms of the actual freezer. Okay, like I said, I don't know electrical stuff at all. My brain just went there. Yeah, personally, it's probably the most volatile meat. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Ugh, my back just now. But yeah, so that happened. So, but I don't know. It was so crazy because like I almost never like go into that freezer unless I absolutely have to. Not like because I'm avoiding it or anything. Just like usually I don't have to get stuff out of there. And so the fact that it was like only a few days and like nothing was frozen anymore, but stuff was still like kind of cold, and I was like, okay, this is, I get, because what could have happened is it could have been in there rotting for however long, and then I open it up and I'm like, why does the kitchen smell so weird? What's going on? And then I realized, oh yeah, everything's been in here rotting for like a week and a half. And I would have been like, it could have been much worse. So I guess I'm thankful. I'm grateful that it wasn't worse. What is this little thing? Is this a worm? Oh no, we can't look at that. We can't look at that. That's doxing. Can I not get a weather report that isn't in my area? Can you use this reference, please? All right, we'll do it this way. Let's put on a grid. But yeah, check if you got big stand-up freezers, maybe check on your big stand-up freezer. Make sure it's still running. Not to fearmonger, but chest freezer, that's what they're called. If you've got a chest freezer, maybe you check on your chest freezer a little more often. And if you go to mop under it, maybe you check underneath. Not underneath. You check to make sure when you plug it back in that it's actually on, just because for some reason one outlet decided not to work. Which is so weird because I've unplugged it to mop under it before too, and I don't think I plugged it back into the same plug. So the fact that it happened to be one of those didn't work was crazy. Hello? Where did my thingy go? Using the term stand-up freezer made me imagine stand-up, and it's a chest freezer, so it like opens like a mouth, and it's like, what's the deal with frozen avocados? I don't know. Oh, it should have been airplane food because it's, never mind, I ruined it. Oh, pretend like that didn't happen. Start over. Stand-up freezer, and it opens its mouth like it's a chest freezer, so it opens like a mouth, and it's like, what's the deal with airline food? There we go. I did it. We'll just pretend like that didn't happen. Sunday. Do they write it in all caps? Yes. Did your calendar start on Sunday or does it start on Monday? 1, 2, right? Wednesday is WED, not. Oh, right. It's Wednesday, not Wednesday. Well, lady, give forecast. Better have a beautiful day. Whatever. Hi, like, yeah, you do. People going in. Nailed it first try. Thanks. Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Not gonna be impact. Don't worry. I promise I won't. I won't stick to impact font. It just defaults to that for, I don't know why actually it defaults to impact of all fonts. I would have thought it would just default to my first one, which is Adventure Time. What font do they use actually usually? They kind of do use impact. They use like a, oh, maybe it's like an Arial. Looking during cooking show live stream. I've been looking forward to. Ooh, nice. Hell yeah. Let's see. I kind of want something that'll I'll have to individually move all of them, but I want to like, I want like a font that'll, what's the whitest one? Sunday. Or are they all the same width? They all have the same kerning. Wednesday's wider. All right, we'll use Wednesday as a reference. Fonts is hard. Fonts is hard. This one's tall. I guess not tall enough. I need like a tall, skinny font. Or I could change the shape of the top square thingy for Doka. No, that's wide. Hiruko? No. I don't even know why I have that font. Impact is actually kind of tall and skinny. Like it's thicky, but it's like it's taller than it is wide, sort of. I don't want to use Impact though. I don't want to. This isn't a meme. This is like the worst part of anything ever, is having to find the font. Graphic design is not my passion. This one. Wednesday. I guess. Yeah, we'll do this one. And then I'll just make the thing. I'll just make the thing shorter. That needs to be bigger now. 50? 50? But yeah. The memory serves in the source I heard this one's accurate. The reason we have to that rogue D in Wednesday is because it's named after Odin, but uses a variant spelling that starts with W, probably to do with Norse runes not being the alphabet we're spelling with. I believe Saturday is one day of the week in English that isn't named after a Norse god deity. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes, you're right. Yes, correct. You are absolutely 100% right. That is why. Thank you for coming, Shima the Heart. I appreciate you. Appreciate. Yes. You are right. Yeah, for some reason Saturday just didn't get Norsified. But yeah, it is Woden's Day. You are 100% correct. Which honestly has helped me like remember. Oh, these aren't. The kerning isn't right. All right, I'll have to. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. I'll have to individually. Damn it. Okay, it's fine. I'll have to individually place each day instead of getting to do it in a big line. And after on Saturday, yes, yes. Exactly. Yeah, knows. But yeah, from what I understand, I saw I don't even know where I saw a thing about it a while ago. It was that the days of the weeks were named after the Roman gods, and then the Norse were like, our gods. And so, but then Sunday and Moon Day got to stay the same for some reason, and then Saturday they were like, it could just stay the same. Sunday, Monday, I'm gonna do these all like, let me just write them all out, and then I'll change them and get them spaced correctly. We're gonna get ads in a minute. You put on caps lock so you don't have to hit caps, and then you do it anyway because you're a big silly. The nurse was like Saturday, so they put a ring on it. Shut up. Wait, why did it go down? Don't go down. Okay, I must have hit the down button. Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. Like trying to remember the days of the week. I don't know why. If I have to spell things out or like write sequences, and it's not like just doing it like off the cuff, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If I have to like do it slowly, fuck, stop. You know, I'm just turning catalogs off because I'm not even using it. For some reason, if it's like doing it like this, where there's like a big space in between saying the next one, I just completely forget, and I'll be like, oh yeah, Friday, Thursday. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. I do that all the time. Where it's like, or like with spelling a lot. Like if I'm like, yesterday when we were at that birthday party, uh, my cousin was putting the cake, the candles, the birthday candles that said happy birthday on the cake. And, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, just making sure. And she was like, having a hard time remembering what the next letter was because it was like, you know, you're just like not doing it, you're not like spelling it out, but you are, but you're like also trying to position it, you know, nicely in the cake. The day to get wedded on. Yeah, the Wednesday. The Wednesday. We're in ads now. Yeah, we had cake, we had ice cream. I had birthday cake flavored ice cream. It turns out it was just vanilla with sprinkles. That's how you abbreviate Tuesday, right? Tuesday, right? Because like I'm not, the thing is I'm not viewing this from like a writing standpoint. I'm viewing it from a graphic design standpoint. So I'm just like, it's the letters right. Okay. So then you do that, and then you do the high-low. I don't know what part of the... I want to check if I should put it in Celsius or Fahrenheit. I gotta see where this person lives. I'm gonna see if I can figure out which... Sorry, I turned my phone on, and... and, as soon as I opened up, it opened up to Twitch chat with me posting that TikTok link from before. You can make the week start with Monday, so you can abbreviate Tuesday as Tuesday. Their username is Blood, which I think is a cool username to have. Way to snatch that up. Okay. What part of the world do you live in, Blood? He. It doesn't say. Doesn't say. Oh, they have a little goat that's in orange? It's a deer! Wait, I'm gonna bookmark that and draw that next year. That's so cute! Instead of Fahrenheit or Celsius, use Rankine. Make everyone mad. What the fuck is Rankine? Use Kelvin. Ow. Oh my god, my wrist. What's Rankine? Is that some fucking Star Trek bullshit? Put this down here. Oh man, I gotta do the same thing, but okay, it's fine. It's fine. I gotta do the same thing, but down here with the numbers. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me put these in a folder. Days. Do you know how Kelvin has 0 as absolute 0, but each Kelvin is the same size as a degree Celsius? Ranking is that, but for I think we should all use the same temperature scale. We should all stop using different ones, and it should be Fahrenheit. Just saying. Yeah, we'll do 2 rows of these for like the highs and the lows. Here, I'll put this in a folder. Do this. And then we'll move this up. Oops, not that one. This one. Highs in the upper lows and lows in the upper highs. So this is highs, lows. We'll center these. I should have made this graphic ahead of time because this shit is boring. And then we'll have to draw little weather things. All right. I'm just going to copy the forecast from... Oh, but this is in Celsius. Hold on, I'll do it in Fahrenheit. You know, we'll do it in Celsius. Chances are statistically, they probably use Celsius as opposed to Fahrenheit. Can I scroll sideways so I can see this? No, no, don't show that. No, no. Can I? Why my thingy break? There. I just need a generic forecast. Thank you. There we go. There we go. All right. Hi. How you doing? 25. 25. Oh, I'm gonna have to recenter all these. Ah! 27. Yeah, I'm just gonna completely rip off this graphic in its entirety. 21. Can't even see this one. 22. 25. Saturday. 23. And then the lows are gonna be 19. Oops, 19. 20. 16. I don't know, man. I just think Celsius sounds stupid. It's like, it's so hot today. It's 30 degrees. It's like, does 30 sound hot to you? Like, just without the context of, like, 30 is not a big number. You know what's a big number? 90. Like, Fahrenheit really said, how hot is it? 100 hots. If it's really hot outside, it's 100 hots. These numbers could actually probably be bigger, but resizing them would be a pain in the ass. But it'd probably look better. Can I resize these all at once? No, it's just doing 30 doesn't haunt me, but that's less to do with Celsius and more to do with living somewhere that regularly is above 40. I'm just saying, like, if somebody was like, oh, I want to use a number to dictate how hot it is. Oh no, why are you like this? Why is it not? You know what, it's fine. We'll just do it the hard way. Or the easy way, or whatever way I want to do it. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Have you guys watched K-pop and Demon Hunters? And if so, how did you feel about it? Yeah, I'll just do it manually. I hate graphic design. I mean, say what you will, but the rationale, let's make a temperature scale where 0 is the freezing point of our most important liquid and 100 is the boiling point of liquid. Makes so much, just so much more sense than Fahrenheit, where 0 is the temperature, where 0 is the temperature, where OF occurs and nothing else. Yeah, but it relates to humans better, because I don't care about water. I haven't, but I've heard good things. I like that. Because Fahrenheit is based poorly, they did a bad job, on blood. Is it because I don't have Netflix anymore? Well, you don't need Netflix. You can borrow it from a friend. No other reason. Did I lose my 23? I did. Okay, cool. This sucks. Nothing. I've done nothing wrong, officer. You know what? This, you can't even see it. It's fine. Okay. I guess we'll do it like this. I hit up once by accident. Hello? Are we not gonna move? Fuck, hold on. Okay. Yes, keep going. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this, and then I'm just gonna copy the bottom one. I'm gonna do the top one, and then I'm gonna do the bottom one, and I'm gonna copy and paste it. That's what I'm gonna do. Make my life easier. You could go to a friend's house and watch it. That's all I meant. But yeah, it's good. I recommend. It's a fun time. Also, bold of you to assume that I have friends. You're right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just really mean about it. And it's like, wait, no. No. Yeah, that's good enough. Man, now I gotta rewrite all these numbers. Hello? 25. Oh, there you are. Once. Man, I want elephant ear. The snack. Not the actual appendage of an elephant. What's y'all's favorite fair food? I like elephant ears. Fair or carnival food. But you only want to go over to someone's house to watch Netflix. That's not what we're doing. You're chilling. You're chilling. Alright. And then we'll do this. And then we'll move it down. Slowly. I still gotta color this too. Okay. And then I gotta rewrite all these damn numbers. Because the highs and lows can't be the same thing for some reason. I think the weather people should just become wizards and learn how to do weather better. 16. 15. 16. White people taco night. I had walking tacos yesterday. And they were good. White people taco night. It's not literally for... Oh, it's not... What is it? It's not... limited to only white people, but white people love it the most. Okay. Temperatures. Alright, now I gotta draw the little... I gotta draw the little icons. Okay, but thankfully I just have to draw a sun, a cloud, and then copy and paste them. Alright, that works. Weather Wizard, tomorrow it's gonna be sunny with a temperature of 28°C. Audience, shouldn't that be a percentage chance and a high and low temperature? Weather Wizard, busy meditating. They're pondering their orb, and the orb is the sun. Orb is the sun. Oh, speaking of suns, here they are. Oh god, that was scary. I need my ruler. My ruler. There. Wait, the Weather Wizard was a Batman character. No, it was a Superman character. I was just like, why does the Weather Wizard sound like such a memorable... What the fuck? Oh, I forgot. That was actually sick, though. Oh my god, look at that. Can I do that again? Ow! No! Okay, anyway, that's not what I wanted. But in the words of the Beatles, here comes the sun. But yeah, the wizard, the weather wizard was the simple main character. That episode sucked. That episode was dumb and bad. Okay. You know, this is too many prongs. We need less prongs. How many did I have? 12? We need like 10. Look, we can't all be huge nerds like you. I'm just saying, it's just like... It's like, I know I was the one who said Weather Wizard in the first place, but then I was like... Ah... That sounds familiar. Oh. The Superman fought him. Oopsies, I did the crit again. Everyone doesn't know that Durst is like you. So, shut up. That was so funny because you were just like, how do you know what Durst is? It was highly suspicious. For me to be like, I know nothing about no Star Wars. Knows something about a Star Wars. There was a very specific thing about a Star Wars as well. Oh, goodness. Okay, here's my son. Look at my son. I think that it's, you know, it's fine. Say hello to the chat, son. And then he does a fist bump. That's a callback. Here we go. Where's that on bingo? Oh, wait. No. Callback. Alright, and then I need to draw a Clued. I need to draw a Clued. I don't need the ruler. And it doesn't matter really how big it is because I'm going to resize it anyway. I like drawing clouds. They're so fun. They're so shaped. Blue Cloud live on Twitch. Sheesh. Like I was like, I don't know anything about Star Wars, and the references like Han Solo exists against character. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I got Josh Willis is one of the things. But fucking Duracell, that's you think you name dropped in any of the films you gotta go into extended lore for that shit. I am in the extended lore. I'm in Lego Fortnite. You know, did I tell you about the I can't remember about Fortnite has it's so shitty. It's this Lego mode called Brick Life, and it's like a life sim. You know, it's like, oh, you have a house and you can get a job and you can talk to people and blah blah blah. And they did a Star Wars crossover for the last season where it was all Star Wars themed. And so there was a bunch of Star Wars characters walking around, but instead of them being like, here's Chewbacca, here's Yoda, here's blah blah blah, here's Palpatine, it was like Yoda cosplayer, close enough, Yoda cosplayer, C-3PO cosplayer, and they'd be like, my mom helped me make this and stuff, and it was like, okay, like, I know that Fortnite and Disney are clearly in a partnership, and probably Disney was like, hey, don't put too much stuff that will break canon in here. But, like, really, y'all couldn't just write some stupid lines that would be, like, canon for C-3PO to say if he was at this play. Like, really, they all were cosplayers. It was so stupid. Like, just let them be the character. All right, there's the cloud. Okay, so Monday and Tuesday were cloud. Wednesday was, or excuse me, Sunday and Monday were thing. This is cloud with sun. And let me check. Excuse me. Let me turn the grid on. Fortnite. It's gonna even be shorter. Oh, I got the hiccups. We don't have a bingo for hiccups, right? No. We'll put stuff that will break cannon Fortnite. Gives Palpatine anti-grav sleep, so I'll use a shotgun. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed really dumb. I was just like, really? They have to be cosplayers? Like, I don't know. It just came off as really like y'all really so like stingy, not stingy, but cagey, that's the word, about your IP that you'll like not even let a media company that you're letting do an entire season of their thing based on your bullshit. You won't let them like have the real quote unquote characters in this. Like, you have to just like it's a cosplayer. For instance, like, oh, new Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. Especially like Brick Life, because like nobody plays that but like 7-year-olds. Like, it's like, because it's boring as shit. Oh, huh. That's not what I want. No, it's okay. I can fix this. But it's like, I don't know. It just aggravates me. Okay, if I do this, and then I do this, and then I do... Okay, there we go. That fixes that. So that's these two. And move them over. Okay. And then the next day is just sunny again. And the other day you can't see, so I'm not even gonna bother. Yeah, I guess this could be smaller. But then you're not gonna see her as much. So let me just center all this. Look at all the fucking rulers. Hold on, let me turn some of these off. It's like a fucking spy movie where they're like, watch the lasers. Yeah, let me center these. Yeah. Wednesday's gonna have little like raindrops going down from it. All right, let me get these all. Said it's Legos. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was in the Lego mode. It wasn't even like regular Fortnite. It was in like, it's a thing called Brick Life where it's like one of the Lego modes. Okay, so this is Monday. It's ridiculous. Tuesday. Let's just call both of these Wednesday. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. Sunday. Monday. Tuesday. I'm confused. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday. This is Friday. Friday. This is Wednesday. And then this is Thursday. Thursday. There's oh, I did spell it correctly. Yeah. All right, let me save this and then we'll do some coloring. My goodness. Because Star Wars continuity already had non-canon canonicity attributes to Lego stuff. If you peruse the Star Wars section of Disney Plus, you'll find Lego Star Wars Media. That if you then look that up on Wikipedia, is very specifically listed as non-canon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Friday. I would love. So which day is it raining, Ben? Sunday. That's why they're they're saying hallelujah. They're praising the Lord. But yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like so like, why are you guys even being so weird about it? Because it's like it's Lego, it's Fortnite Lego Star Wars. It's not even like any kind of like pretend, like nobody is sitting here being like, yeah, this is canon. This is, you know, this Pedro Pascal, he's gonna say the I don't know if the Mandalorian still airing, I don't know nothing about it, but like nobody's out here like, ah, yes, here's the secret to the lore. It's so stupid. It's just dumb. It's dumb and it's ugly, and it's dumb and they're ugly. I'm mature. Should I just do it like this? The reference had little lines like, but their cloud looked different than mine. Here's what I'll do. I know what I'll do. I'll do this. Wait, no. I'll do this. And then I'll do this. And then I'll do this. And then I'll do this. No, I don't like how that looks. This is hard. Do you think it's like, because I'm looking at all these different people who do the weather things, like the different weather info. You know what? I know what to do. Oh, but that's not. I was gonna flip the clap. Wait. You know, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Whatever. I say that like it's not driving me crazy though. You know, I'm just gonna leave it how it is and then I'll change it later. It's got me thinking though, so A Cozy Lifestyle set in the universe of Star Wars has a lot of potential to be a cool, unique take on the genre, but then it also has a lot of potential to be a shit show crammed full of things that an executive thinks kids these days like, so maybe best not to give them any ideas, yeah. Like a Star Wars equivalent of TikTok. They're playing on the Gleep Glorp app. It's like, yes, they're recording their dance videos on Glip Glop. It's like, no, shut up. Shut up, don't say these things. Blue? For your toys? Ah, crud. I did a whoopsie doodles. Is my area scaling turned way down? Oh, it is. Shoot. Okay, hold on. I gotta redo these. I know why. I know why. Let's get. Because I was doing a texture for a 3D model. I should show you guys, if we have time, I should show you guys the 3D models I've been making for Art Fight. Oh no, that's not the right spot. There we go. Because that's been fun. That's been fun. I guess we're not closing the gap all the way. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. What the fuck is this? Yo, what the fuck is up, Kyle? No, what the fuck is up? Is it just 3 colors on the rainbow? Oh, thank God. Okay. I was like, please don't make me do a whole rainbow on this, like, little tiny section. That's so hard. But just doing 2 colors, I can do that. Or 3 colors, but do one flat and then do the other on the top, I can do that. I can do that. All right, let's see. You're small. This. Wait, that like came out almost perfectly. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You guys, I might be good at art. I might actually be good at art. Can you believe it? Excuse me, I'm sorry for burp. Oops. Where clip? Okay, wow, that kind of came out almost perfect too. Wow. Wow. I gotta go get those dishes out of the car. Ugh. Oh, you guys. Okay, when you guys go get the dishes out of the car? I live at 123 Street House. Oh, I rewatched Rear Window recently. It wasn't as good as I remembered it. I'm not gonna lie. I remember watching it the first time being like, oh, this is so good. I know why Hitchcock is considered the master of suspense. And then I watched it again and I was like, James Stewart is kind of an asshole in this. I kind of hate him. Jimmy. Okay, update on game I had mentioned here before. Do you remember me talking about my time at Sandrock? Yes, a cozy life sim sort of game with a fun, unique aesthetic of being set in the desert, but then I hadn't played much of it. Yeah, well, I continued playing it. Things got a little grind repetitive for my taste as I got into the mid-game, and I don't really play it anymore. Not horrible by any means, but not my thing. Valid, valid, valid. Valid. Yeah, I get that. That is reasonable. I've been playing Terraria. And I'm gonna be real, I don't like the whole concept of the thing spreading. The phrasing of that was weird. But the corruptions and the hollows spreading, I don't like that. I think that is not fun. I think as a game mechanic, that's not fun. And they shouldn't do it. I'm gonna tell their moms. And be like, hey, your child made a bad video game. Can you imagine? Like, some game developers, their mom gets called and they're like, your son made a bad video game. It's like, what? Yeah, I've been intentionally avoiding anything about Abbott and Costello movies that I adored as a teenager because a few I remember like, oh yeah, that didn't age well, and now they're like way more that I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I was like, it was it was on Netflix, and we have it's a whole thing. We have Netflix for a month, but like, mom will sometimes get Netflix for like she just wants to watch like one show, and so she'll get it for like a month, but she won't tell me. Not on purpose, but then she'll forget to cancel, and then she'll be like, oh yeah, we have Netflix for another month. And I was like, since when did we have Netflix? And she'll be like, oh, I didn't tell you, I'm sorry. Well, we have it for another month. And I'm like, cool, thanks. So I saw that Rear Window was on there and I was like, oh, I haven't seen Rear Window in a hot minute, let me watch that again. I remember really liking it. And so I watched it and I was like, you suck, Jimmy Stewart. Grace Kelly is right here and she is conventionally attractive, conventionally attractive, and you're an idiot for being like, I don't want to marry her because I want to go take pictures. I'm Jimmy Stewart. I was in It's a Wonderful Life. It's like, how about you marry this hot woman? This hot rich woman. Stupid. I mean, people in the video game industry typically have mothers who are very proud of Tommy Tallarico is to be believed. Do you think he lied? Like, I know that the joke is that I made the most video games. My mother's very proud because that's like a dorky thing to be famous for. But do you think his mother is like not proud of him at all? Do you think she secretly like kind of hates him? We should call Tommy Tallarico's mother and fact check if she's very proud. I just used red because it was easier to see. We need to fact check whether or not Tommy Tallarico's mother loves him. Oh my goodness. You're ridiculous. Okay. Get the big brush. Oh, that's not right. Actually, nah, we'll see. But yeah, in Rear Window, I don't know if you guys know of what Rear Window is or if you've seen it or heard about it, but it's a movie about a guy. He's a photographer for like he photographs he photographs he photographs like dangerous situations and stuff. And sorry, photographs is really getting me. And he got into an accident and he's stuck at home with a cast on his leg, and then he's like looking out his window of his New York apartment, and then he thinks he sees his neighbor murder his wife. And so it's which is interesting, but there's this whole plot about how his girlfriend, did I say Gene Kelly? Grace Kelly, is like, I want to marry you and I'm rich and beautiful. And he's like, I don't want to marry her because we are two different kinds of people and I want to go live my extreme life and she wants to wear fashion. And it's like, all right, dude. Like, this hot rich woman wants to marry you. Like, you're kind of stupid. Real talk, you're kind of stupid. A photographer photography. I mean, whether or not she loves him is a separate him in is an entirely separate variable from if she. That's true. You didn't say Gene Kelly. You said it. Okay. I was like, hold on. Did I call this woman Gene Kelly? But yeah, he thinks he sees or he's suspicious that his neighbor murdered the neighbor's wife. And he's like looking through his window at it, and there's like all the shenanigans, but there's this whole plot about how, she's like, let's get married, and he's like, nah. And it's like he's such a bitch about it. Like, it'd be one thing if he's like, can't we just have the status quo? Can't we just have, keep things the way they are and not change them up? And she's like, it's like, no, she wants a commitment, asshole. He's like supposed to be like, it's like so teenagery. It's like, I don't want to get married. I don't want to have commitments to be tied down, but I still want to like smooch and kiss all day. And it's like, put a ring on it. Sounds like she absolutely. And they're also, and like at one point somebody's like, you're a young attractive man, and I'm like, no, he's not. Like, he's probably considered conventionally attractive, especially for, was it 56, I think is when it came out. But he was not like a very young man at the time. And he's not like stunning by any means. And that's not a crime. It's not like, he's a big uggo. But it's like, I don't know, man. She's this gorgeous, rich lady. And I know you shouldn't, like, he shouldn't marry her because she's rich or because she's gorgeous, but like, she's got a lot going for her, and you're whining in your apartment, and and you take a picture, you're a photographer. Like, I don't know, man. It seems like there's a disparity here. Are we all good on everything? Yeah. Oh, I gotta color in this background now. Okay. So let's do this. What's the easiest way for me to do this? Undo. Okay, unenable mask. Turn this off. Put this here. Oopsies. Put this here. Do this. We'll just do just random colors. For now. My tummy hurts. Guys, my tummy hurts. So we'll do a color. Oh, I didn't do the thing. Shit. There we go. And then a color here. Oopsies. And a color here. But yeah, I don't know. It has Netflix has The Birds and Psycho and one other one that I can't remember the name off the top of my head. So I'll maybe see about watching those because I've never seen them before, and you know, obviously Hitchcock is supposed to be super good. But yeah, if there's any other big stupid loser boys that are like, my hot girlfriend wants to marry me, I don't want to, I'm gonna be like, fuck these guys, actually. You're boring and bad. At this point in any movie show I watch in the 1900s, I just go in with the assumption that it's gonna be shit that didn't age well. Yeah. Yeah. Which sucks, because it's like, oh, these classics. Oh, I heard so much good about them. Oh, they've done... I don't want this purple, but I do like the way that this is kind of looking. And like, I'm even willing to be like, all right, whatever, I roll. But like, I don't know. Actually, should I do the purple? Because I don't want the color to blend in too much with her hand. Hold on. Weather forecast. Oh, I just wrote weather. Okay. That's fine. Images. Yeah, they're usually blue is the thing. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll put her in this. And then I'll put an outline on her. That way she pops. And then I can make this blue. Aha, I'm smart. My brain works. Excuse me, I'm so sorry for burping. Not cute. I need like a darker blue. Why don't I just do this? There we go. And then I'll get my lighter blue myself. Okay. And then we gotta color. I gotta color all of these bitches. That's what I'm gonna do. Do I still have my reference open? I think I might have closed it by accident. Shit! Shit! Oh no, it's right here. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, the sun is gonna be low. All the suns. Low. I mean, there's also nuance involved. Like, there's no season of revolutionary for the time. It 100% understand why it's a classic, and I appreciate it started. However, watching nowadays isn't a great experience because ahead of its time was still acceptable for broadcast. For the 60s, it's still woefully outdated now. Yeah, exactly. Sarah can color a bitch. I can color a bitch. I'm gonna color a bitch. Yeah, exactly. Or it's like, oh, well, this was revolutionary, and it's like, yeah, but it was also, yeah, it's like, that's how I really like the show MASH, the show about the army doctors. And it was considered extremely progressive for its time, but also it came out in like the 70s. So there's some stuff in it that's not super good now. And when you look at it, you're like, and you know, just like you said, you can appreciate it for what it was and for what it you know, probably did, but also it's like, oh, so this isn't super fun to watch anymore. Oh, the line art's right here. Okay, I only have to change this though. I only have to change this though. Actually, hold on. That kind of looks really good. Hold on, can I turn the outline off? No, she's still kind of... Oh, but you can't... Hmm. Does it look good with the outlines on the thingamahooser being missing? Or would it look better with them being there? So you can differentiate the days. Hello? Thank you. Yeah, original Star Trek was taking big steps in the right direction, but they started taking those steps from quite a distance further back than we are now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So there's just like a, I appreciate you for what you've done, but also seeing you is uncomfortable. I guess I'll, no, because like the important part is the character. It's not the weather thing, right? Like I know we spent a lot of time on it, but like that's not what's important. In fact, I think what I'm gonna do is put this in a folder. And I'm gonna put a thing on top of you. I'm sure people in 50 still feel the same way about stuff from nowadays. Yeah. Oops. There. And I'm going to... Hold on. Where's Hugh? There. I kind of want to like... What am I trying to do? I'm trying to like let them pop against it. But I think this is too dark. Yeah, let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this. They call this value when you're doing arts. You're making the values all good. I guess she stands out. And then put a background color behind her. What were we talking about color? I want I want to let them pop me being obnoxious. Watch, just because the sun has helium doesn't mean it's a balloon. Shut up! Make a dark color, probably not purple. Or maybe it should be a light color. Like that. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about the outline. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna just make that a little lighter. We're gonna duplicate this. We're gonna merge this down. We're gonna clip it. And then we're gonna add the outline. Anything that Mr. Stafford taught me says the sun is a bowl of butter. Correct. Are we frozen? Did we die? Are you good, CSP? What are I hardly you better say hardly you know her. Shut up. I don't like that either. Okay, hold on. Don't be a layer clip. And then be a layer clip. But be black. Okay, be gray, that's fine. Why do you have a ruler on you? Oh, okay, I see. Is there a choo-choo going by? I think there's a choo-choo going by. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do multiply. No, we'll do okay, we'll do multiply, but then we'll make it not so vibrant. It still doesn't look good. What if we do, instead of multiply, we do a bright? So it's white. Fuck this. Do you live near train tracks? Leah, that's toxic. I don't appreciate that. Nearish, yeah. It sounds like a different kind of train is the thing. It doesn't sound like the regular train. It sounds very choo-choo-y. Okay, fine then. You know what? I'm just gonna do the outline. It's fine. That works. That works. All right. There we go. Oh, just in time. Jeez. Jeez Louise. All right, let me sign this real quick. Let me do it in this blue. Let me do it in this blue. Let me do a smaller pen. Oh, I want to take a nap. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep. I woke up early. JK. That's me. I'm Sarah JK. Well, there we go. There's Miss Claudia. The Cloud Lady. I'm so tired. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. Get out of here. Hello? Did my stream deck die? No. There we go. Check out my fucking head. But yeah, very good, Claudia. Thank you. I think she's cute. I think she came out real cute. She's a little cloud that likes to talk about the weather. And let me get in the same pose. We're the same thing, but yeah. I'm gonna put us on just chatting. My tummy hurts. I'm sorry. Just yelling. We'll be back Tuesday, doing more art fight. I don't know what we're gonna be drawing. I don't have any sketches ready, but I'll get one ready tomorrow in the next couple days. I think because this was a good call because there should be a forecast. There could be a forecast for. That's true. That's true. You're right. See, Leon's smart. He's smart boy. But yeah, let's find someone to raid. Close this. Close this. Oh, I can close the sub lizard too. I forgot. Oh, here. You know what? Where did... okay, it's fine. Whoa, Fortnite's live. Whoa! Do you guys want to go see Fortnite? Oh, there's like not really anyone on. To 30 degrees Fahrenheit is not at all unusual for some places. Yeah, it gets cold like that here. 70 to 90 degrees Celsius is not naturally occurring temperature anywhere humans can live. That's true. That's true. Quick, say something to be taken out of context. So, I don't know. I don't know who to raid. I don't want to raid them because they're playing a game that I know people don't want spoiled. Alright, we'll just go to an animal. We'll just go to an animal, I guess. Let's go see... What do we got? Oh, yeah! Mr. Ryan enjoys spending time with who is live if you want to raise Sarah JK. Nah, I heard she's a bitch. Yeah. Follow, let me know. Are you doing your little flips? Whichever, I don't mind. I don't mind. You heard wrong and I'd say it again. Okie dokie for Claire and love for art. Okay, we'll do okie dokie. Copy. Beast. Yeah, still fighting down there? Oh, let me mute. Let me mute. Oh god. Mute. Oh, it's muted. Okay. Whew, we're good. Alright. What the fuck is this? They're making a sequel to Bad Guys? Okay, anyway. Sorry. Let me do the that's, you gotta do the slash, Sarah. That's not how you do a raid. There we go. Oh, GG's Leon. Okay. But yeah, I love you guys. Hope you fun today. I did. Like I said, we'll be back Tuesday. More art fight, probably. Yeah. And no more Batman, but probably more Teen Titans. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I love you. I'll see you then. Until next time. Goodbye.